Hey everyone, it's Fat Vegan here. Hope everyone's doing well. Just coming in to make a comment about some videos that have been popping up on YouTube. Especially, I think it's called Kurzgesagt. Their video on milk, where they come out and say that the world's population, which is a fact, is 65% overall allergic to milk. Now, that actually is a higher number in Africa. And the funny part is, in this video, they actually show a village that looks to be African. Maybe they're referring to India, but definitely looks like a desert situation. Definitely has the huts that are built like in Africa, not like in India. So just going off of what I know about what is actually being presented here, and the way things are done in Africa, and I believe they actually said Africa, if I remember right. They actually do say Africa. And they're referring to milk as if it's a necessity to help children grow and survive in these more harsh conditions, more of a survival situation ish. Um, Obviously, in bad years, I'm sure it's very much a survival situation, but it's just kind of funny how they say, hey, this is a survival food for them. Yeah, 1 in 4 or 3 in 4 people are allergic, and it will cause detrimental effects to them. So, how is this an essential survival food? I don't know. They point out that acne is increased. But then they also say crazy stuff like, "Oh, the cancer rates are lower if you only drink a little bit." They also make some outlandish claims. There's a study out there that looked at milk from cows that were not pregnant, so they actually separated the milk from the normal. Like, if you go and you buy milk at Walmart or Costco, any of these places, there are pregnant cows producing milk in this milk supply, in the circulation. So you have way higher hormones in this milk product, but they're cherry picking a study, um, and saying that, oh well, in this study, for one, they use the reference to a birth control pill. And in a birth control pill, you can have 10 nanograms to 35 nanograms. And of course, they use the higher number. And then they make some outlandish claim saying, oh, it would take gallons of milk. Again, you have to go look at it. But then they say, oh, it would take gallons of milk. And that's not accurate at all. At all. I mean, come on. I mean, they're using blatant deception because the dairy industry is trying to push back against vegans, and also the fact that people are realizing milk is an allergy for them. Majority of people that are drinking it shouldn't be drinking it. Autoimmune deficiencies, even sudden death, sudden death infant syndrome is related to milk. I mean, all these studies have come out, and then where they talk about positives about milk, and you go back and you actually look at the study and you look at the funding from it, it's dairy, 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 and very few. Some of the meta-analysis include non-dairy funded studies, but there's such a small number in there of what they're doing. So they're really pushing hard to support dairy. So here it is. They've come out called februdairy. Let's call it febuscary, because the truth is, dairy is scary. Not your mother, not your freaking milk. How old are you? Honestly, how many people are over the age of 3 and still drinking milk? You're supposed to be weaned by then. Nobody needs actual lactations at this point in their life. And even those who do need it, such as a under 1 or 1 year old or 2 year old, you're opening them up to type 1 diabetes. That's a fact. Okay, the protein in milk is almost identical to the protein in your pancreas, which makes your insulin. Is this double blind study yet? If I had one, I'd give you one. I don't. Please, anybody who wants to reference anything I'm saying here, go to nutritionfacts.org. Okay, you can look that stuff up all throughout that. Also, Physicians for Responsible Medicine, pcrm.org, also a great source. They have all this information on there. All this information is on these two websites. Don't take my word for it. Go get it yourself. Okay. Unlike all these other YouTube channels are like, oh yeah, here's the information. Just trust me. Do not trust me. Go get the information for yourself. Okay. Don't be these sheeple, okay? Stop and actually go get the study. Look at the funding. Look at what the science says, because, half of the studies that they're referring to that says, oh, it doesn't show correlation. And then you actually go look at the study. Yes, it did show correlation. They just, through their dairy funding, were able to get to such a small number that the Kurzgesagt decide, oh, well, it doesn't show anything. Like, come the hell on. Look, I'm not Mike the vegan who's going to show you a whole bunch of charts and give you all the references and everything else, because quite honestly, I expect if you're listening to me and you're saying, oh yeah, maybe he's right, I expect you to go get the information yourself. I expect you to go do your own research, excuse me. I expect you to go look it up. Because if you're just a sheeple, then get off my channel. I don't want you here. I really don't. I'm not here for money. I'm not here for anything. If I could get away from money altogether, I would. I know that's a big claim, but honestly, I'm so disgusted with this whole system of lies after lies after lies after lies after lies. You can't trust anything nowadays. It's so frustrating. But for those people who hear that and go, yeah, he's right, I can't do anything, okay, well, you keep eating meat and dairy. Look, dude, stop. Okay, it's not just anecdotal. It's not just anecdotal. I myself have lost over 100 pounds on the vegan diet. I myself have changed my life. I was having chest pains. Don't have chest pains anymore. Emotional distress, constant, like ready to shoot myself. Yeah, because of the way the world is, I still have depression, but it's not something that I'm adding to anymore. So we have to stop. Please stop and get the information, people. I'm tired of people telling me, like, oh, what are you going to do? It doesn't matter what you do. You're killing the animals, blah, 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 blah. Wake up. These animals are eating plants, okay? So if you're going to tell me, oh, you eat plants, or you're killing them. You're killing animals to feed the animals so you can kill them to eat them. It just... Where do you get your protein? Are you freaking kidding me? The same place the animal that you're eating got the protein, the plants. Animals don't make protein. And if I hear one more freaking time that the only source of B12 is through eating animals, I'm going to slap someone. I swear to freaking God. Where do you think the animals are getting it? Go do the research in the industry. We are shoving B12 down, giving them shots, whatever, in their feed. Can we please wake up? Can this world freaking wake up? It's the same thing with politics, guys. Screw the Democrats and screw the Republicans, because they're in the same freaking boat. Because if it was a Democratic president doing the crazy crap that Trump's been doing, you'd see the exact same stupid. If you reverse the roles, everybody, all the Republicans in the House, and all, you switch the role, it's the same freaking outcome. These people do not care about you. They don't care about this country. But that's another rant, okay? We need to wake up as a people and start relying on ourselves. Learn how to farm your own land. Learn how to grow your own plants. If you got if you're living in an apartment and your window faces away from the sun and all, okay, sorry, yeah, maybe you need to go down and invest in a community farm, or maybe you need to go down and invest in a what do they call those co-ops where you get your own plot and you rent your own plot, and it's only like 20 by 5. That's actually big enough to grow quite a few plants on, so you can subsidize your food with what stuff you grow yourself, and you know what's on it, you know what's not on it. So I think we really need to wake up to these things, people. We need to wake up to the fact that we gotta pull our head out of our ass and stop relying on the system, because the system's gonna kill us all. The system's gonna run. I know I'm going off, right? Like way off. I know I started with this whole response to actually it's not just them. They're just Kurzgesagt actually the fact that they point out some truths. It's always see that's how they get you. It's like tobacco, tobacco. Oh well, this percentage of dairy. Oh yeah, that's another funny part. Philip Morris, when they were just a tobacco company, was throwing dairy under the bus for their links to cancer back in whatever it was 50s, 60s, right? In the 60s, whatever. They're throwing dairy under the bus until they bought a dairy industry company up. Okay, so are we going to ever wake up as a people? Are we going to ever stop being sheeple in this world? Are we ever going to do what's right for this country? Are we ever going to do what's right for our neighbor? Are we going to care more about others or more about the dollar? I don't know what else to say. It's just frustrating to watch all this stuff coming out on YouTube. It's frustrating to watch what's being said in the news. It's frustrating to watch all this stuff knowing what the facts are. Not basing my information on industry funded studies, but not ignoring them either. You don't just throw them all out because not every scientist is a worthless piece of garbage. Some of them are, they know how to, but even then, when you look at ones that show that they were actually done to the letter, but then you look at what they compare it to. Oh, dairy's protective compared to what? Twinkies? I mean, this is how they do these studies. This is how you get. And look, yes, somebody's going to be like, oh, no, I got this study right here. But then you look at the industry funding and you look at how they didn't have a control group. There's always something. There's always something in these industry funded studies that really makes you stop and go, how accurate is this information really? So, anyways, that's getting long enough. I'm blabbing along and complaining about the truth. So, I hope everyone's happy and healthy. I hope you guys clean up your diets. And when I say clean up, I mean get rid of meat, dairy, eggs, cheese, fish, etc. Okay? Processed foods. Oil is processed. Oil is extremely processed. Still bad for you. Better than eating meat, but still bad for you. I mean, I'll admit I eat oil too, so guilty. Anyways, guys, love everyone. Peace and love. Bye bye.